Welcome, everybody, to week one of the 2025 season with the Dallas Cowboys as we try to recover and get back from the debacle, the issues that we faced in the previous season. So, real quick, before we jump into the game, I'm going to try to do this really fast here. Here's our starting lineup. All right, so we got Guyton, Smith, Beebe, Hernandez, Steele. Backed up by Pierce, Robert Jones, Hoffman. Robert Jones is backing up, but then there's Nathan Thomas from last year's draft, and then Miles Hinton over here. Ferguson, Schoonmaker, and John Stevens. Matthew Golden is our wide receiver number 2, rookie out of Texas. CD Lamb. Tolbert, number 3, with Turpin, receiver number 4. We traded Stephon Diggs after the third preseason game, and currently Travion Henderson is injured, was injured in the third preseason game and was out for 2 weeks, so he will be back next week. So this game will have Javonte Williams, Jaden Blue, and Deuce Vaughn. Our starting tackles, defensive tackles, will be Roberts and Smith, with Parsons and Nealon on the edges. Osa is our nickel defensive tackle. Him and Thomas will be in along with Roberts. You got Murray, Overshone, and Clark at the linebackers, backed up by Stutzman, Leofau, and Isaiah Simmons. We did move Black to the practice squad, but he was stolen. Makubu, I traded away Hooker, and so is Makubu, backed up by Sanders and Mukwamu, and then Bell on the other side. I have not traded Bland yet, still debating. I have issues with Bland, but we'll see how he does. I'm waiting more towards the trade deadline to see where we stand and if he can convince me otherwise. And then we have Travion Diggs, Maxwell Hairston, and Kyer Elam. And Carson will be playing or starting in the slot. Special teams, Turpin, and then Anger and Aubrey are specialists. Again, Parsons and Nealon, they just switch up sides. And then Murray and Overshone are nickel backers, followed, backed up by Clark. In the slot is Carson, backed up by Hairston. And then our slot receiver is going to be Lamb for now. We'll see how that goes. Third down running backs for this game specifically is going to be Vaughn. And then our power back is going to be Williams. And then on the practice squad, again, like I said, we had Dewan Black stolen, but we have Jason Marshall, Cam Smith, who we picked up off of the waiver wire to put onto the practice squad, and then we put Cam Jackson in Stackhouse. Then Travis, you can see Awesome Richards, Brevin Spanford, Tess Johnson, and right now Jonathan Mingo just could not break our lineup, and more than likely, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If he stays on the practice squad all year and gets put back on, maybe get another chance next season. Okay. So that is our team. We are playing 15-minute quarters. XP sliders. Because of the way the mods work, XP sliders, you can see, are all zeroed out. I did not zero out the progression. That we'll see. We'll see if that has any impact because the progression tool has an impact there. But the way I usually like to do my progression is, 20 and 21-year-olds, they get a huge boost in XP rate. But since XP is not really a thing, it doesn't matter. So I didn't go through the trouble of trying to zero them out. And then gameplay sliders, straight down board, just default sliders. Only thing is I set injuries to 23 and I turn off roughing the kicker and running into the kicker. Not sure why that's off, actually. I thought I left those on this time around just because, yeah. So we'll put those back on and let the game itself do its thing. And then league settings, All Pro is the recommended settings for with the mod. 15-minute quarters, 14-second minimum play clock time, but all of that really is controlled. So the number of plays and everything is controlled by the mod itself, the CPU versus CPU mod. So it's will work out to the right number of plays and things like that. Turned off all the tutorials, auto progress players, talents, right? Trade difficulty I set to easy, and the reason being is I don't have to accept all trades, and I don't have to accept the trade that is offered, right? When I go out and look to trade somebody, I can go and adjust it and make it fair, as opposed to it just makes it by setting it to easy just gives you more options as opposed to more teams are willing to make a trade. So I do that. But then for free agent motivation, I play with very high. I want the players to be very picky to which team they're willing to sign with in free agency. I just turned off practice squad stealing. I give you a week to steal whoever you want. You stole black from me. So now you can't steal anybody else. Basically, the rest of the people are locked down. I wish they would put that mode where you could actually put the flag or put a flag on there and tag certain people as off limits. Then that would make things a lot easier. But since you can't, you just can't leave it on all the time. You have to turn it on and then remember to turn it off. Staff talent cost modifier, I just never touch it anyway. Practice injury, I turned that off. Progressive fatigue, until they fix it and figure it out, I just turn it off. Prospect storylines, I don't even know if it's going to work with the mods on there. So we'll see. Draft presentation, I just always set it to none, just so that, you know, you still get something. You'll see something when you're making your choices. And then breakout scenarios, and then X factors, I usually set it to 56, and then 90 for superstar, and then 480 for regular star dev players. And fill roster, I don't want you touching my roster, so I turn that off. Right? I don't want Madden touching my roster at all. All right, let's get stuck into a quick game here. Now, I had already started playing the game and then realized there was no sound recording for the game itself. And I was like, oh man, OBS sucks sometimes. All right. So, again, we're going to get in here. You're going to see certain things in the game. You're going to see a lot more players with tattoos. You're going to see different colored cleats and a lot of kind of interesting gear. You're going to see shorter pants. So isn't you're not gonna see a lot of the standardized gear that you normally see in a regular game, right? So one of the mods actually does change a lot of that stuff up and allow for additional type of clothing and stuff like that. So you'll see that you'll notice a difference there. One of the things I think the CPU versus CPU mod does for you is that it allows, I think, the running backs are harder to bring down. They run better. The quarterbacks react and run and move around much better in the pocket. Not saying there still aren't those moments when they look like deer in the headlights, but it's very happens a lot less, right? And there was way too many times. And then you, again, my biggest thing was you don't see 7 to 10 sacks in the game for one team unless that team is just completely overpowered the other team. That's the one thing that I couldn't get out of just playing regular Madden on console. I just couldn't get away from the 6 to 10 sacks, giving up every single game. 5 sacks was nothing, and then even turning. I think the highest I had set the pass block to was 72, and you still giving up at least 6 sacks a game. And that was just ridiculous to me. And a lot of times you just had the quarterback just drop back and do nothing, but just watch the rush come in on them. And it's like, gosh, so it it just annoying. So we're going to see some clear differences here. And uh yeah, I think there's a lot of improvement here. Another thing that I like to see is you see less of the ball, except for the player control team, right? So my team, the Cowboys, you're going to see it more often, but you see it less with the other team, is where the ball hits the hands and just bounce out. You will see some drops, but they look like legitimate drops as opposed to ball in the hand and then just come out, right? And now you'll see the quarterback is actually, if the ball won't make it all the way to the receiver, or it'll go overthrow the receiver, or it'll be just out of receiver's reach. So it's more like, okay, incompletions look like real incompletions as opposed to, oh, Madden decided this had to be, it had to be a drop or something like that. So those are a couple of things. The pass rush is interesting, and it's a good thing to keep an eye on. Like I said, the running backs, I think they're a lot better with this mod, and you'll see.
It's week 1 of the National Football League, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Panthers and the Cowboys. All that and more coming up next.
We'll see.
Because of the record heat wave sweeping much of the southern U.S., they've decided to close the roof and turn the AC to full blast here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they can earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
All right, so you see the Ultra logo there. That's coming from one of the mods there. So what we do is we take this into slow, and I'm going to hit end the game so that it just goes ahead and takes over for me. We'll probably skip halftime, so you'll see me. And a lot of times you'll see to keep the game moving, and they just cut down on a lot of the cut scenes. You'll hit the button. I'll hit a button just to move it along. Also, if you don't, it pauses and goes into a pause screen. So you can't just sit and let it play throughout the entire game, which is very annoying.
Set for football now at AT&T Stadium. Brandon Aubrey has the honors, and we are underway here in Arlington. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
I'll let that one go.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
All right, I know it's something that every team says every season, but they genuinely believe that this is their year, and having him at quarterback is a big part of that. They think he's poised for a huge season and can really be the type of player that brings out the best of each
There's my boy.
that they have on this offense.
Kenny Murray, man.
Their goals are
Just
high. They envision a lot of wins.
this guy
and finishing among
just
the
makes
league's
plays.
best on their side of the ball.
It's just crazy.
Moore, the man in motion. Young will set to throw. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard.
And that is why
And he
Carson
lose
is starting
here.
in the slot.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Young. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I thought that was going to be complete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Well, they don't have
Here's
to.
the punter Martin out to kick it away.
You see Simmons' shoes, Isaiah Simmons.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
I'd still like to see some logic.
Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas
returns.
offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Dak on the boot.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
The game doesn't know that Dak doesn't run anymore. He breaks things when he tries to run.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Prescott. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Throwing, Prescott.
See, look at that.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete.
We have
Now
the
it's
setting
3rd down.
set to
Now
throw
they
the
face
ball
a
away.
3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
We do it for all 3.
Prescott from the gun. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And this play comes to a hold at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
I do think
Just a gain of a couple
they
there.
throw the ball
And that's
away.
going to make it 4th down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And every drive with a kick. Tackle somebody.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
I'm not sure why Murray's out there.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their
Starting
2nd
middle
drive.
linebacker out there.
They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. Young to throw it. Throw out wide, going to be incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 2nd down. They'll run a draw now with Hubbard. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And that is incomplete.
Two drives won't tell the
I'm
story
okay
of this
with
game,
throwing
but you
the ball
absolutely
away
have to
on
like how this
2nd down.
defense has played thus far.
But I like some
this offense to
situational
get on
awareness
track
to
in
do
this
in
one.
that, and on that when you're throwing the ball away on 3rd down.
Now on 4th down on is the punt team sending this one away.
You know,
Call
if
that
you
a
throw the
punt
ball
of
away
38 yards officially, and they
to
will
save
take
the
over
sack,
1st and 10.
right? And you
Second
have no
drive
option.
forthcoming
Just
here for
get
the
it out of
Dallas
bounds.
Cowboys.
Fine.
They finished off their opening drive of the
But
campaign
if
with a
you're-
field goal on
if
the
you
last
just
drive.
ran
Now they'll search
clear
for a
of the
touchdown
line,
here on this go-around. 1st and 10.
keep running.
To throw is Prescott. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
If it was anyone other than Derek
Players
Brown,
combined
maybe
for their
I'd be
team's
a little
first sack of the game. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
He didn't miss him. He threw it away.
Prescott to throw it. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
That's
going to
way
be
over.
knocked away and incomplete. The Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. They'll bring a tight end in motion right. Young to throw it. Open here.
Blitz and complete.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing. Young. Open man. Once again, it's Thielen. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now here's Young. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Wide open.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Oh, blocking the back.
1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
All right, bow up. Bow up, defense.
Now Young. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin.
They don't have an Aubrey on their side.
And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Holding offense.
Not the way you want to start out.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Say don't throw it to Williams out in flat. That's a loss of yards every time.
Now a give up the middle to Williams.
Now that's a good play.
That's
a good play.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
He could do that a little bit more.
For him on the ground in his 1st quarter, and he has been tremendous to start the new year. Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on
get fired
offense.
up.
I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big time run, big time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Ready to run, ready to throw.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams.
All right, Williams.
And he's going to have the first down.
I'm not mad at
the 38. It's a gain of 8, and it'll
Ease
wind
your way
up
through
moving the
this.
chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
He's trying to show us he knows how to run a little bit.
Up the middle they go. Cooley shifts by him.
Oh my.
And
Okay,
down to the 20
did you hear the
he'll go
name? They
before
called him
running out
Cool.
of
His
bounds.
name is Blue.
Give him 18 on
There
that
is
one, and
a
it's down as first
tool
down.
that I need to run that will fix the name for the rookies. See, some of them, some Henderson, it'll do just
A
fine.
first red zone
Blue
opportunity
is
the new
calling
year
Cool,
here as they
so
come
I have
up
to
now
run that
1st and
tool,
10.
and it'll fix the names.
Up the middle, it's Williams.
There you go.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to
That was a nice
operate there
3-yard
on that
run.
carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Looking to throw. Prescott.
Are you serious? Old Man River running? Oh my.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott from 17 yards out. And the Cowboys are able to stretch out their lead.
I'm speechless,
Well, the
man.
defensive coverage was good.
Are you
So good,
serious?
he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah,
Did
you
you
often
just
wonder if they
olay
think to
him?
themselves, was the coverage
That-
too good to allow
the-
him to run the
the
football?
defender just
I think
came
you'd
up and
rather
said,
take your
"Olay."
chances with him doing exactly that, and he
Run
beat him
right
on
by
that
me.
play all the way to the end zone.
Well, the extra point up and
wasn't
good
even-
by Aubrey.
That wasn't a
And the lead
business
grows to
decision. That was
10-0.
just, I'm
So
not
that
sure what
drive
I'm supposed to
takes
do
him down
here.
the field in 8 plays. And it was all capped off by Dak Prescott, keeping it and taking it in on the touchdown run. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard
not happy
line.
with that.
The Carolina offense about ready
How
to
many
go.
kicks that's
They
been in
look
this
to
game?
get something
3?
started. They need to. Down
all
10-0
3?
early as they've got it first and
first
10.
one- It's all right. But the last 2, you don't kick it out of the end zone. I don't understand it.
Young. Short throw.
There we go. Nice poses.
Gain of 3 to the 33.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. If it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs,
Want to
run
blitz?
some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a
Oh,
chance
that
to
was
catch their
safety.
breath, settle down.
You see
and
Micah
relax a
out
little bit
there?
after they just gave up a
Out
score.
there? Mike out there with the pass.
It's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back.
Oh, he needed to
It's
take a
third
breather.
down.
Mike was out. Mike was out. He needed a breather after that one. He said, like, that's a lot of
Young.
running. There we go.
On the screen with Hubbard. And he's going to be taken down here still a
I was
couple
holding my
yards
breath on
short
that.
of the
I'm like,
first.
are they going to tackle him?
5 yards
Is he
on the
going to
screen,
get
but that'll
to
take us to 4th down. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it will be
He's seen the
first and
pounds of
10 as
legs
they take
again.
over. So
Dak
Prescott and the
has found his
Cowboys
legs
now with
again.
a first
I don't
and
want him
10
running,
at their own
but
26.
I ain't mad at him.
The play action fake. They'll look
Stop.
to throw.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a man. It's his
Lefty.
fullback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Oh.
16 yards right
The
off
rookie
the bat
in there.
for First down.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback?
That was the fullback, dude.
Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
All right. Let's jump in this quarter 2.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Now Prescott. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Who is that? Was that Tolbert?
5. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Got a feeling I'm not liking this play.
Prescott off play action. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away.
Nice.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
Nice ball loose.
Wow, that ball was not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up and avoids the turnover.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Nothing wrong with the 5th punt.
Young now.
In the drive with the kick.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. Here's Sam Martin now, standing just outside his own goal line. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Putting together a solid
offense
game
getting set
so
again.
far.
We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards
like
100.
that.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They stick with the ground game on first down. It's Williams. Down inside.
Rookie wasn't
give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave him no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Nice one-hander. Nice one-hander.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double and pick up 6. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
I feel like they'll handle.
They run the counter.
Oh, nice.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
Decent game.
Now Prescott. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Tershawn Wharton breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Uh-oh.
And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump
nice.
here.
All right, that's good. I think it was the first sack of the game.
Yeah, the movement there
was it?
coming
No,
from the middle of the line.
And you
was
understand
Brown
he
in there?
wants to get
Did
off
Brown
the
get in
ball
there
quickly,
before? Was that sack
but the
number
ball's
2?
right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
Prescott down.
Nice.
Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 13-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here's Prescott.
Oh, come on.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes
Why?
down just inside the 20 at the
Why?
19.
I think
That
that was
time,
a
multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a
sack.
loss of 6.
So that's sack
Sacks
number
a
3.
growing theme in this first half.
But
This
I
is
think that was a
2nd and
planned
long.
run.
Off the option, here's Williams.
I just don't understand it.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes,
right.
and half linebacker that makes tackles.
Day.
We just saw the linebacker make that play.
He had nowhere to go with it.
You're
And he had no open
range,
lane
so
to
you
run
definitely
through.
don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's
Throw it
great
away.
work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Bryce, on the other hand, he had just gotten around and outside the pocket.
Is good.
And he threw it away
Extend their lead
where
even
he
further.
had green
So
space.
3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
You see what I'm
Every
saying?
little bit helps,
Situational
and the more
awareness.
that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Okay, maybe they
Solid
should kick
return,
the
pretty good
ball out of
field
bounds.
position. They'll start at the 32. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. First and 10.
Put it out the back of the end zone.
Looking to throw, Young. That's taken in.
Okay.
It's Xavier Leggett.
What were you doing,
So
Murray?
give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard.
Oh my God!
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk
bad
about
at
a
it.
momentum shift because we can
wondering what
visibly
Murray was
see
doing on that
this
play, though.
celebration shifting from one side of the field
That's
to
what
the
he should have been
as soon
doing.
as everyone saw the flag.
Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Here's Young from the shotgun.
There you go. There you go.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Sadly, that was the Cowboys' first sack of the game. Which is
35
crazy.
yards that time on the punt. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points.
Oh, God.
But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now a handoff.
Here we go.
Williams. 85 yards rushing for him in his first half as
Hernandez
he is
made up for
looking
that
in
holding call.
mid-season form here in the opener from the 41. Here's a 2nd and 8. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Pass complete to Jimmy.
I thought he had overthrown Golden.
All the way down inside the 35.
It's good to see
And
Tolbert.
good for 26 and a first down.
And now at this
Didn't it
point
look
in the
like
first half,
he missed
you got to
Golden?
realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
All right, we're in field goal range. Don't blow it.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's going to get a solid
Williams
gain of
is
9
just
before
like
being
saying,
brought
I need
down.
to be the
2nd
starter.
and right at a yard.
Williams
9
is
yards
calling
on the run there, and it will
for,
take
like,
us
I
to the
need to be the starter.
2-minute warning.
Or is it just
We'll
Carolina?
remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang
Is
in
it the fact
Orlando.
that they're
Coach will have
facing Carolina?
stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing, Prescott. He's got it complete to Tolbert. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. Here's Prescott. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Now it's second and 10. Prescott to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Prescott yet again.
There we go.
Is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Cowboys are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Well, actually, after the last return, I think we
bring this to the 30. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Young. That caught by Tremble. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Young to throw it.
All right, come on now.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
I'm not sure that we need to run it.
To throw is Prescott. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott.
Nice.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. And again, it's Prescott. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Prescott. It's caught on the right side. Williams. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
I mean, who's called timeout?
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Holding offense.
So
it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official.
Get some of that back.
This is 2nd and 8. On the draw, it's Vaughn. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Here is 3rd down and 4.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Looking to throw. Prescott steps, and he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Derek Brown in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
I'm not happy about that.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The tight end in motion right. There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
Come on, Bell.
Now he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. An excellent way to start the drive there. 18 yards from up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
I didn't see a flag, so I figured it was
Hubbard. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
They work now on 2nd and 9. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He'll fire deep, looking for more. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
We're still in search for first decent pass rush.
Young to throw it. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
Can we hold? Can we hold them to a field goal? I don't think so.
Working out of the gun. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
Jonathan Brooks.
Brooks is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use
That
him
always
at
gets
all
me
in the
right
first
there.
half, at least
How
running the
did he
football.
get holes
But here they
that
entrust him
wide
with some
open
work down
right
in the
there?
red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
The extra point up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. That time, a 9-play drive. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown.
Not a shutout.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 32-yard.
Play action now. Prescott.
Oh,
And he is caught by Lamb.
nice.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. This is Lamb on the end around. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 47-yard line.
Now Prescott. A short one there, taken in by
These
Ferguson.
2 plays
So he's
to
stopped
me
for no
are
gain.
completely wasted
And that'll
plays.
bring up a 3rd and 11
Completely wasted
situation.
plays. You just threw away 2 downs.
Prescott from the gun. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
5
It'll be a
sacks.
loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead
This
him
is
to
the
4th
first
down.
game.
One thing
And
that
it's
I
the
liked
rookie,
about this guy during the
Michael
draft
Williams.
process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he
The-
plays hard
this is
on
the
every
first
down.
game that
And
I
that
played,
motor on
and
full display there as he gets his first
6
NFL
games
sack.
where either team's had 5 sacks.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on for the 5th time here today.
I've had the Cowboys reach 4 a couple of times. And you see
And
that?
this will be covered up. Pretty good result.
You see that?
They'll be down at the 14-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back
But
on the
this is the first
field.
time I've seen
A
them
strong
give up
showing their
5
last
sacks.
time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the
I
last
just wonder
drive
what's
and
going on
how
with
it ended.
Micah. Micah's
Go
not
ahead and try and
getting
repeat
anything.
that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game
He's
is.
not doing.
So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2.
At the 22-yard line.
Young now. Got a man. That's Leggett. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first
That right
down.
tackle is. That right tackle is just completely negated Micah.
First down, Panthers.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3.
So what you wonder what I'm doing is what we're gonna do is we're gonna unnegate Micah and see what the left side is doing for him. So we're going to take and put Parsons on the right, and put Nealon on the left. And then it's Williams backing him up. And over here it's Gibson and Williams, whatever happened to, okay, Turner, I believe it's on the other side, right? Yeah. And then the other two, we're going to go like that. Williams is the better bet. All right. And then back in the game.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Right back to Hubbard. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Running backs are dangerous.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
False start. Offense.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, third and long. Young will set to throw. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
That was terrible.
A give running right, it's Hubbard. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll run the draw with Brooks. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. Back now here on EA Sports. And this offense on third down today, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. Now here's Young. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 35. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. And they'll run on first down with Hubbard.
Oh, shoot.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Are we watching a comeback?
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I hate that animation. It doesn't happen as often
it's Brooks.
in real life.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Looking to throw, Young. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
There you go.
Pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26.
Not sure why Williams is in at the 2 tackle, but that's all right. We'll take it.
And it's going to lead him to fourth down. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
And his kick is good. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
And give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game, but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the posts.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
I'm not mad at it.
Prescott down.
There you go.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing, Prescott. And this one quickly to Lamb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up.
No.
We always hate to see injuries, especially tough
especially
here
since
in
we
week
traded
1.
away
Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
Turpy, speed is in the game.
Prescott off play action. Wide open receiver complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5
Right
to
on,
6.
right on time,
32
man.
that
Boom.
time.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Get back in there. And tell them not to do the toss play anymore.
Here's Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
I would just run it right up the middle.
Now Prescott.
Or not.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away.
Or thought we already.
Yes. And a loose football.
Didn't do any good.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Young going to give to Brooks. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. On the give, this is Hubbard. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
And let you go.
Moore, the motion man right. Young. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 35. Young to throw it. There's Trimble, the tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
I don't know if it's just fatigue or...
To throw, Young. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Young. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. Now this one thrown away. Will we see a flag? No. I'll say there was a receiver nearby. Pretty generous call, but either way, it's 4th down.
Not like the lineup.
They'll try and run for it. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3.
Look at that big hole right there.
Now Young. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Mike is finally back in the game.
Here's Young from the shotgun. And that will
And
be
of course they
caught
score
by
when they finally
Moore.
play
He's
back
got
in
a
the game.
Panthers touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point safely through.
Right,
and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more.
My one
and
thing,
this
though,
defense
I will
might be
say
about
this.
ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time.
He's not.
He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
For a kick return,
and for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run,
Madden,
but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
I don't know. I just don't.
Prescott.
The elusiveness and the
and
speed.
that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. This is a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And he stepped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. So now Young and the Panthers down 23 to 17. 2:05 to go. Here's Young. They'll have one play here just
finally.
for the 2-minute
I think that was the first major rusher of the game. I mean, Williams got in there untouched at one time.
Now Young.
Why is Peyton Turner in it?
And his throw is going to be incomplete. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back.
You see that?
They face a critical 3rd down.
Is that like a special line? Is that
in the late going? Young.
Nice play. Finally.
And it's incomplete. Here we go. This is 4th down.
Do you see the defensive line there?
Young.
It's all defensive ends. Finally, Micah gets a rush.
Able to find Thielen, and he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
You got Mozzie. You got Gibson at 3 techniques.
Here's Young. Checks this down to Hubbard. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, I got to look at the
clock. You think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
This is way too much substitution.
Now Young.
In my opinion.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times, nothing good is going to happen. If you throw it in the wrong place, take it the other way.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it.
Carson with some game-saving plays, man. Look at this. Look how bad it's gotten. You got Leah foul in a defensive end. Are you kidding me? Overshowed.
It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, Was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Honestly, I would be trying to get another first down.
And they take a knee.
You got to run another play on 3rd, then it's going to be 4th. You don't necessarily have to run another play.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like 1 time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, the knee gets them to 1-0. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Cowboys, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner.
All right. That's it. All right, guys. Hey, leave a comment if you think that the gameplay looks a little bit better, it looks a little cleaner. There are still some things that I'm not completely happy with. One is the amount of substitution is out for the season. Achilles tear. Can I go get Stephon Diggs back? That would be okay. You know what? Next man up. We're gonna have to go get a receiver. But IR. I was just talking about that. Now, to tell you the truth, I could go in and I can change that and say no, that's not gonna happen. But no, we're gonna go with it. As a matter of fact, we're gonna look at the waiver wire right now. Are we trading for somebody? No. So we got Alan Lazard, and I was just eyeing this guy up. What I don't like is how small he is, but right now I like the speed. We also have DJ Chark. We could bring Paris Campbell back. I wasn't overly enthused with him during preseason, so he didn't overly impress me. We bring Jahan Dotson into the fold. And then we figure out at that point he's number 4 in our, well, number 3. Terpy Terp is still behind him. All right. Next man up. We need some people to step up and do some stuff. Rookie, this is your time. You just became wide receiver number 1. Henderson will be back next week. And then we really will see a battle between the two of those. All right, guys. Well, until next time, we'll see what happens. All right. Thanks for joining in. Like I said, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the gameplay, how it looked. Again, like I said, I'm not happy about how the amount of substitutions we saw in the second half. That was too much. Way too much. So I'm gonna have to look at my subs, my auto subs, and see if I can do anything there. Um, yeah, yeah, no, no, that was just too much. All right, we will check you next time. Remember, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Later.